What's going on, YouTube? Just want to showcase a few things that I've done to my truck. I know it's been a minute since I've made a video on my Bronco. I know it's been a lot of stuff going on here, but without further ado, let's get started. All right, so this is one thing that I've added on is this bumper. This bumper is by Clamber. I don't think they make this bumper anymore because I ordered this off Amazon, but I have not seen it in stock again. But this thing is pretty sturdy. I got it for about 700 bucks. It was listed for $6.99. But like I said, it came with the bumper here. It came with the safari bar. It came with the winch mount plate and the bash plate here. Like I said, not bad for 700 bucks. Like I said, I went with the cheapest option because I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not about spending a whole lot of money. I do know you get what you pay for, but I'm just not about spending $2 to $3 grand for a bumper. Another thing I've done is this little emblem here. I had an extra one for when I had bought in for the sides, and I just decided to put it here. Looks even. I think it's even. I hope it is. But like I said, I just started to stick it up there and just, you know, just make it stand out a little bit more from everyone else's. What's going on there? So as we go around, I'm going to show you the inside, what I've also done in here. Like I said, I put my what you call these things, but my little net thing, I forget the name of it. Crucify me in the comments, I forget the name of this. But I put this back up because I saw my other friends put theirs in, so I said I'm gonna put mine back up. Like I said, another thing, like I said, I paid about like 50 bucks for this. Yeah, it's all saggy, I know. I'm working on trying to get it to go tighter against the frame there, so it'll be a lot straighter and not kick up all that noise when driving on the road. All right, so I put that in. I also added in these little lights here because like I said, we all know the interior of these things is dark, so I've added 4 of them. 2 of them have the Bronco emblems on them. I haven't got the other ones on yet, but like I said, they're all just wired in. All I did was like, because we all know like these things come down, and all I did was just ran the USB cables through here all the way around through the front here, and it's like a USB hub that's like right up in there, and all I did was just connect all of them together. And I have a USB port, well, 2 actually. One is here, I'm going to show you that one later, and the other one is right up in this top here. And like I said, I just have everything plugged into it, and it's all hardwired to the battery, so the truck does not have to be on for these lights to operate. And all these lights operate with this little controller here. You know, I have to label them up, but I know what the buttons are. All right, moving on. Another thing that I've been working on is this little panel right here. It's still not quite how I want it to look, but it's getting the job done. All this is just like a little storage area that you can just put small items, that way you're not putting them all here. Yeah, I know I have a lot of junk here, don't judge me. But this is just to keep some of those things out of the way that you know, you may have these up under your seat. You just want to just try to store them up here for easier access, and then you can easily fold your seats down without having to pull everything up under your seat that you have. And then you can put like a car jack. So I'm going to show you the space we're working with here. So I have the desktop. So between here and here, it's just space that you pretty much don't use, and you can't see this also from the driver's seat either. So I decided to try to utilize this space up here, because I know everyone else is doing the, you know, like putting those little big giant storage boxes back here and stuff. Well, I don't like that, because for one, if you want to try to put, you plan on like moving, like what I'm finna do in a few months, you have to move all this stuff out of the way, and I'm just not too fond of that. So what I did was just got like a little rack and just put it up here, and I had these little functional little latches that I can click back, and then you just pretty much pull down. I'm not going to pull this down, well, yeah, might as well. You just pull down on it. It's a little difficult to do it with one hand. So you just pull down on it, and then you just have your little storage area. Yeah, I still have my crossbow up here, and I decided to add my little power cable up there. I'm gonna be throwing just random stuff up here just to test the weight, how much stuff I can put up here without it collapsing down. I've driven over a few bumps, or a few like speed bumps on the road. This thing did not move at all, so I know my little latch mechanisms are working. But like I said, I'm still working on this, trying to get this thing to fully function how I want it. Like I said, this is the best top. I don't think this setup will work with the OEM top, because like the OEM top goes all the way back. So I don't think it'll be beneficial to put this in an OEM top. But first, like hard tops, I don't know if it'll work with those. I haven't had a chance to work with a hard top yet. But for the best top, this seems to be working out fine, because all of these little latches, there's like little bars right here, and there's one right here. All I did was attach these little latches to it and just stuck it up there, and then just surprisingly it worked. And to put it back up, like I said, it's gonna be kind of difficult to get this on camera, because like I said, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so it's not gonna be as easy. So I'm gonna do what I can. Let me see if I sit it this way, maybe you'll be able to see it. Gonna see. But all you do, I don't know if you can see this on camera, because I can't really see the camera right now. But all you would do is just make sure these things line up with the grip. Well, line up with the shelf. And you just push up. Well, yeah, you just push up, and you lock it in place. And there you have it. It's locked up and secured back up there. Yeah. So depending on what you have up here, just make sure it's secured up there. But like I said, this thing hasn't moved. It's just that it slipped off the side a little bit. It's a lot bigger, so it's not gonna fall. But yeah, so far this thing is held up. And also I put a little light back here. Like I said, I do a lot of projects at night out here. It's a lot cooler to work out here, especially in this Texas heat, even though it's beginning to get a lot colder, but it's still hot in the daytime. But like I said, this is just a little light that I put back here. I had a little secondary battery. I'm planning on hooking up more stuff to it. You know, like, therefore I'm not using my car's battery. Although the stuff that you use don't drain the battery, but I think it's just neat to have just a external battery out here, just in case you want to pull something out or pull something away. You have a secondary battery that you can use. And just so happen that battery fits nice in this little pocket. Okay, so back to those USB ports. So I ordered these off Amazon. These are just little I guess USB to terminal, so these go straight to the battery. And all I did was I purchased 2 of these, and I have one here powering up my dash camera that's not up here right now. I have my dash camera and my radar detector, put it up here. So this one just powers those. That way, if I decide to get out of my truck and use my dash camera for like I guess like security reasons, if I see something in the parking lot, if I park in a very sketchy spot, that way I can just catch something, you know, if someone tries to scratch your truck or break in or something. I mean, although all they have to do is steal the dash camera, and then I won't catch them. But which is why I'm planning on getting another one where I can actually have it bad boy wirelessly show me things, you know, send stuff up from the dash camera as it happens. But anywho, getting sidetracked. So all I did was just purchase 2 of these things here, and all I did was just route them right through here. Like I said, these just come off. You just pop those out and just pop this off, popped it off, and I just have all the wirings going through the grommet up there. Like I said, it's coming a little dark on this video. But there's a grommet down there that leads straight out to the engine bay. And I just have all the cables running out through there. And like I said, all this pops out, just run your cables. Make sure you don't put it in front of the airbags through here. Make sure you kind of tuck it behind it. Just so in the case of a wreck or something, you don't risk tearing up a lot of things or getting hurt from like constrained airbags. But yeah, like I said, all I did was just run those cables up through, and it's powering that light, that light, that light, and that light. And I also have LED strip lights that run the entire length of the entire length of the truck. You see that cut on there? They're just on top of the roll cage. They're not attached to the roof. They're just attached to the, oops, sorry, hit the horn there. They're just attached to the roof, and they go all the way around the top up there. So at nighttime, this looks a lot better. I'm gonna put pictures of this, what it looks like at nighttime, because like all these lights go RGB, so they have all the crazy colors you can make them go. But like I said, I said, I want to put these in here because like I said, the interior of this thing is pretty dark at night. So that's one of the things I've done. So the cool thing about these lights is they're voice activated. So, and I really like that, let me see if I can point at it. Like, this is just part of the top. That's not the light. The lights are actually like on the rail part here, like on kind of like on the top of this, but the way it's bouncing off like the actual strip, this little white strip here that's actually on the roof, kind of gives the appearance that that is actually lighting up, and I kind of like that. I mean, I didn't plan on it doing that, but it's just the way the light's reflecting off of it. It's making it look like that's lighting up. Like, that's pretty cool. And yeah, got my little 2 Live Crew in the back here. Okay, so back to this winch setup. So this is a Badland XZR 12,000 pound winch. So what I ended up doing was, so you know, the solenoid usually sits like right up here, but I really didn't want to have the solenoid up here because it's like it's gonna block all of this off. And so what I ended up doing was I took the solenoid apart and just pretty much waterproofed all the connections, and I just stuck them inside of the Safari bar, because just so happened the Safari bar has like little channels that run through. And all I simply did was just mount the solenoid like inside of the channel here and just watertighted everything. It looks kind of weird, but like I said, it works for me. I've already sunk this truck like a few times in the water and I don't have any issues. So for those who just want a cleaner look, don't want the solenoid sticking on top, and you just so happen to have a bar similar to this one that has channels in it, you can simply bolt this on the inside and just like wrap this sucker in like tape, and then just heat treat it and just like get it to melt in to where it's watertight. And I just use the existing parts just to make sure it's not going to unravel. And another thing I did was a camera relocation. It still looks kind of janky now because of like this whole little jacket piece, because all I simply did was take the camera right out of here and then just stick it right on the front. So like I said, everyone else was selling camera relocation kits for like 300 plus. Yeah, you have a cleaner look, but like I said, I'm a budget build kind of person. I like to see what I can do on my own before I start reaching out to everyone else. But all I simply did was just take the housing out of here, which is just this little plastic piece here. Like I said, there was another piece that kind of jetted up. I was just pretty much chopped it off. I still haven't smoothed this thing out yet, but eventually I will. But all I simply did was just found these little metal pieces here that came with this bumper. Not exactly sure what they were for. I saw them in the diagram and instructions, but I did not know what they was to. But the bumper's been holding it fine without these little pieces. So I think it's part of the tag mount, probably. I'm not sure. But anywho, all I did was just use those parts to mount the camera on the front, and like I said, it's not bad at all. And like I said, I already tested out the front camera, and it actually, so what I did was I just simply parked my truck and tried to use this line as a guideline. It's not that bad off at all. It's probably like off by probably like a millimeter or a centimeter. It's not much to be like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And I kind of like it because it sits up a little bit higher than where I had it before, because I know you're gonna see on my Instagram page where the camera is kind of like right in this area. That's because I actually used an actual tag mount to put the camera up here, but I decided to get rid of it because I think the tag mount just looked kind of tacky. So I just wanted something else that's a little less intrusive up top. I mean, yeah, it does look kind of odd, this thing just sitting up here, can easily be whacked off. This thing ain't going anywhere. Like, I bolted this thing on, it's not moving. So one final thing that I've done, I also put a 2-inch lift plus 35s. Originally this truck comes with, I think, like 31s or 32s. This is the Outer Banks. I think it came with 32s. Anywho, but it came with those 18s, and I thought it was weird that they put 18s on the Outer Banks but 17s on everything else. It's kind of strange. Well, 16s on the base. But anywho, I thought it was just weird. So what I ended up doing was I installed a 2-inch lift on this thing and put 35s just so I can get, you know, better ground clearance. And I also got rid of the step rails that come on the Outer Banks, and I decided to just get regular rock rails. I just think it gives a cleaner look. And also the tires, they are GFX. I bought these from Discount Tire. Like I said, I just went with the cheapest options that they had because I'm not gonna be like trying to buy $300 to $400 rims. These were, I think, 115 a piece. Not bad. I mean, yeah, these are simulated bead locks, but I kind of wish they were real. But they look kind of real, but we all know they're fake. But yeah, this is pretty neat. I don't know. Like, so I'm about to test these out. I think these unscrew, but I don't know. I have to see. I don't know. I'm about to check that out later. I'll give you an update. But they look like they're just for show. I don't think they actually unbolt. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, yes, I also put in rock lights. I know it's a kind of one of those things like, you know, a lot of people don't like putting them on the truck. I just like it. Just gives my truck a little bit more character when on the road, you know, like have flashy colors going on. However, I do plan on installing another kind of light put in here. I noticed everyone else is doing like, you know, the Oracle lighting, you know, each letter lights up. Well, I plan on doing some kind of backlight. Now I do know, you know, that I might block off some airflow, so I'm not trying to make it go super huge up in here, but I just wanted to pretty much cover the entire, you know, font of the letters. That way when, excuse me, that way when, you know, I kick on my lights, you know, I have like a little light show going on up here too, because like, and that time you can't really see these letters, and then, like I said, I'll still get mistaken as a Jeep as I come through the gates and stuff, so I just kind of like want to have something showing like, hey, this is a Bronco, not a Jeep. I know, just kind of those little pet peeves that I have when people call the Bronco a Jeep, but it's just me. That's just something I want to do extra to my truck.